Well, hey there. So we're live. I'm in Menifee, eating a few chips, waiting for my pastrami sandwich to come. Now, I chose a pastrami sandwich on purpose because after I leave America, that's going to be one of the tastes that will be hard to enjoy again. And you are in Japan. I don't think I've ever seen a pastrami sandwich in Japan. Burgers you can get. Sometimes they'll come to you, it'll be half a burger. Like the bun will be missing, hambagu. And sometimes you'll come and you'll have to eat it with a knife and a fork. But they're good. And when they come to you in their the traditional type, you know, like a true American style or Western style burger, they're second to none. I mean, they are incredible. Just the portion size is pretty small. And as for chips, French fries, expect maybe 6 if you're lucky. Not too many. But never have I been able to get. Oh, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Never have I been able to get a pastrami sandwich in Japan. So I'm here in Menifee, just up the street from where I used to live here in Menifee. We live right down there. 29188 Meandering Circle here in Menifee. And I came out here for a particular reason. The medicine for one of our dogs was running out. We don't yet have a vet in Huntington Beach, and it's a controlled medication. So rather than risking the dog not having medicine, because we'd have to find a vet, or the vet exam, which we'll do. We'll transfer and find a vet down there, but especially given that it's controlled medicine, we wanted to make sure that we could have it for him on time. So I just ordered it earlier in the week. We know it takes, even though it's on file and everything. Excuse me while I eat. That's pretty good. Even though it's we're on file for a year, we filled that prescription many times. Every time it runs out, it still takes a week to get it. So it's good where his last fill is for today, and I got the new bottle just now. So it's my Friday off, and I thought I would use this time to take care of that mission. So I planned this out. I knew earlier in the week that I would do this, so I had it all planned out. So here I am. Now it's, what is it, about like 1:30 in the afternoon. My mission is done. And I stop and have lunch. But before I had lunch, I did something sneaky. I rode my motorcycle past our old house, just for fun, because it's just down the street. I thought I'll just ride past it just to have a look, you know, the old address. As I did that, I guess they haven't rented it out yet. As I did that, it's kind of, they're asking a lot for this area, to be true. The realtor, Joshua, was just pulling up with someone to take a look at the place. So as that was happening, I motored past, and then my neighbor next door, a couple, I've talked about them several times in my morning video. They were doing something I'd never seen them do. The weather is just beautiful today. They were sitting on lawn chairs in the front yard. And as I rode down, I could see them out there, and I thought, oh gosh, they're gonna recognize me on my bike. And how awkward is this to be Mr. Stalker riding through the old neighborhood for what unknown reason. As I rode past, I preempted it. and waving like a genius. Hey, everybody. And then he looked at me. He's like, he waved with enthusiasm back at me, almost in a plaintive way, like, stop, what the hell are you doing here? Explain yourself. I'm sure he and his wife, because they're retired, they're an example of a retired couple that have, I think their life is quite fulfilling. I think they're quite satisfied, but they're definitely like, they're like walled in their fortress, right? The fortress of retirement. I know they'll be talking about the fact that I came back to each other and to the neighbors, because I know that because that's what they did when I lived there. They talked about the neighbors. You know, that guy down there doesn't mow his lawn, and these people over there, they've been forever. And that guy over there, we call him, remember Harold? Menifee Harold. And they would tell me. So I'm sure that the news that former tenant, the guy with the motorcycle, I don't know if they'll remember my name. He rode past the other day, just as they were showing the house again, and he didn't stop. What do you think he's doing? I guess I can infuse a little mystery into the neighborhood. So how's this pastrami sandwich? Great. Okay, as far as pastrami sandwich goes, it's great. It's not as good as there's a Greek place on the 91 freeway in Corona. You get off on Auto Center. I think it's Auto Center Drive. Hi, Simon. No, this is not bacon. This is pastrami. I don't think there's any bacon in there. Pastrami, yeah, and mustard. You know, the usual pastrami. Yep, yes, sir. If you go down the 91 freeway, get off on Auto Center going west towards Orange County. And then there's a In-N-Out Burger there. And just across the street, there's a thing called the Mighty Greek or something like that. And they have a pastrami sandwich to die for. I mean, that thing, I can only eat half of it. All of it. This was expensive though, $14. No, $15. And then after I paid everything all done, it was $17 just for the sandwich. Yeah. So anyway, so I came here, I got the medication for the dog. I rode past, and then I was thinking, what am I going to do? Well, because I got the rest of the day free. And I thought, well, I want to go see my nephew and my niece, my brother, but they're not responding. They live in, 15 minutes, 20 minutes up the highway here. So they may not be there. I thought about climbing a little mountain here. And I thought about maybe riding the bike over the San Jacinto Mountains over to the Salton Sea. And then I thought maybe I could cruise on down towards San Diego, meet up with the Cedar Oceanside, and all the way up, get off on the freeway at San Clemente and ride on Pacific Coast Highway to back to Huntington Beach. But before I do that, I guess I'm killing time. Before I do that, I would love to hear from my brother. Maybe I'll just call him up after I'm done with this and see if he's around. I would love to see them. Hopefully they're around. Simon says, pastrami, yes. I wonder if it'll show the comment if I do it. It does, look at that. Wow. Oh, pastrami, yes, sir. I've never had pastrami. Is it basically roast beef? It is a type of roast beef, but it's cured in a specific way. It's got something interesting on it. I don't know exactly what the difference is. Hello from DC. Hello. Easy Rider. Yes, sir. Wow, this is easier. This is easier than doing it on the damn computer. Excuse my language. How's the quality? Is the video coming through okay in the audio? I'm not using any Wi-Fi. I'm just using the local network. Well, let me get some more water. Soda water, that is. Coming through good. Oh, American Asian couple says, coming through good. Good to hear. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback as well. You're coming on YouTube. Simon's on Facebook. Thankful Heart is on YouTube as well. I'm streaming on like 9 platforms right now. Can you believe that? What a world this has become, where I can do this remotely on my phone from the middle of nowhere, not even connected to Wi-Fi, and stream to 9 platforms simultaneously and have all these bells and whistles and features. So I have to figure something out. I want to start doing book readings again. For my book, Going Alone. And I come with the writing phase of this work, and I'm done with the editing phase, and now I'm doing the marketing promotion phase. And I was thinking I would do that in part through book readings on a weekly basis on Saturday mornings at the beach. So last night I did a live stream from the sand there where 17th Street meets the water. As a test. I was hoping to see if it would work. And again, excuse me for eating in front of you. This is not very nice. Maybe it's like we're having a meal. Grab a snack. When I got home and I looked at it, the quality wasn't very good. And I think that's because I have very poor connectivity at the end of 17th Street there. I don't think that's going to work. A book reading needs good quality. So I was thinking maybe tonight when I go to do my book reading, I'll experiment around. Maybe have to be a little closer to the beach, not so far out there by the water, but being close to the water is the whole point, right? So Simon says, oh, you're on YouTube too. Well, that's why I can see the other viewers. Yes, sir. Portable Wi-Fi. That's a good point. I had one of those in Japan. Those were really handy. That's a good idea, Simon. Rebecca from YouTube says, hey. Yeah, maybe I should do something like that. I don't want to invest in anything else, though. I'm trying to get by. So I don't know. I guess if I can't figure it out, then maybe I'll need to just do it from home. I can literally do it like this, but I'll have Wi-Fi at home. I can do that. I can do this from my chair, the same chair that I sit when I do my readings. I mean, my Good Life meditation video. It's pretty good audio quality in there. And Fran says, enjoy your meal. Thank you. I'm almost done. Then I have to decide what's next. Ben Wessler says, how are you streaming? Hi, Ben. I'm using something called StreamYard. It's a Ben, it's a browser-based streaming application, server-based. So you go to StreamYard.com, and you can set up an account, and then you can stream. And the nice thing is you don't need to have a high-powered computer to do it, because all of the stream it takes all of the stream from your device to the StreamYard servers. And the servers are the high horsepower servers that do all the stuff with all the features and the bells and the whistles. And then they're the ones, and you can set up from there to stream to a wide, I think it's practically unlimited number of platforms. I mean, you have to have a paid subscription to have that big expansive capabilities. I don't know how many, maybe 2 or 3 that you can stream to if you don't have a subscription. But I'm streaming right now. This is streaming to 9 separate places. My Facebook profile page, 3 Facebook pages that I run, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, of course, Twitch, which I hear you're not supposed to do, and one more, Instagram. That's 9. Can you believe it? This is going out to 9 different platforms simultaneously. Because the goal now that I've entered the marketing stage of my book is to get the message out. I want to share. This is my book. Maybe consider buying it. It took me a while to get the courage to do that. I'll tell you about that in just a second, but I see a question from Rebecca. The way I found you was from a video that showed up in my suggestion from over a decade ago about spiders in Japan. You seem like an interesting person, so I've subscribed. Nice to see you live. Thank you, Rebecca. I really appreciate that. That means a lot to me, and you seem like a nice person as well. I'm glad that we're connected here. And Ben says that's really cool. Thanks. So let me tell you about how I had to screw up the courage to do it this way. Let me take another bite. Simon asked me, so besides Facebook and YouTube, where else then? Where else is it? I don't know if you caught what I just said, Simon, but Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, as you mentioned, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and then on Facebook, 3 separate channels on Facebook. Watch your book in June of 2018. Oh, thank you, Naj. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I really appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. 2018, that's an old edition. This is practically a completely different book. So, what you've got has that old mottled cover. That is a very different type of book. I've added, it's got at least 3 more chapters and all kinds of content, and things are restructured around, and it tells more of a story. That version that you've got from 2018 is kind of older. Thank you for your long support. I really do appreciate that. In fact, Naj, if you want to send me an email, I'd be happy to send you an updated copy. Just send me an email, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. It's just like it sounds, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. I'm still a little bit slow. I told myself I wasn't going to do this anymore because I'm so slow. I promised people books, and it takes me like 2 months to get them sent out, but I always do. I always get them sent out. So, but just for your long support, Naj, I would love to send you an updated signed copy. Just please send me an email. Yeah, and then Ben says he's going to go see if you can see me on Instagram. You should be able to. Well, I would love to know, Ben, if you can. Fran says, I got the old one. Where can I get the new one? The new one you can get on Amazon.com. Or, as I've discovered, at least in North America, you can go into any bookstore and ask for it, and they'll get it. They'll get it for you. It won't be on the shelf. And how do I know that? Because people told me that. They said they went into a bookstore, they asked for it, and then the bookstore ordered it and got it, and then they had it they started carrying it on the shelf. So it's a great way to get it on the shelves when someone ordered it. And so I tried it myself. I went down to a bookstore in Pasadena and said, "Do you have Going Alone by that freak Kurt Bell?" And they said, "No, we don't have it. We can have it in 2 weeks." I said, "Oh, really? Can you now?" And Simon says, "Great to see you again. Gotta go. Happy biking." Thank you, Simon. Take care. So, I was going to tell you how my journey to marketing, I haven't felt comfortable about, sharing my book. Kind of it seems like, selfish self-promotion. And so I joined a group on LinkedIn, a writers group, which turned out to be really helpful. And it's other people who have written books, self-published, and have talked about their path to getting the word out. And they basically helped me to screw up the courage to basically start doing this marketing phase and to talk more about my book. That's why now I'm doing a lot more social media, and I'm slipping in images of the book and hashtags, etc. Because really, this book is the instruction manual for my life. I live everything I do. I lived the life that I lived, and this is the document that is the user's manual for the way that I live. It's a secular, pragmatic, non-dogmatic, reason-based, stoic-minded way of living. And so it's not hard for me simply to do whatever the heck I'm doing and throw in the book and say, this is how I do it. Because heaven knows, over the years that I've been doing this, I've received so many people who write to me describing, particularly young people, particularly young men, describing how they feel stuck wherever they are in life without a sense of direction or knowing what to do. And when they watch me having adventures, and they think, especially when I was in Japan, and they think, how did you? And well, I don't have to guess that they do this because they write to me and tell me this very thing. They say, how did you screw up the courage to find your way to Japan and hiking out in the middle of nowhere, doing all that kind of stuff? And this is the result. I wrote this book for those people to explain, not to proselytize, not to drag them into my lifestyle, but as an answer to that question that I got over and over. In fact, the very first, not the first chapter, but the very first chapter I wrote in this endeavor is called, where is it? There it is. That chapter is called The Path of Wildness, this chapter here. The chapter Path of Wildness, which was the start of this book, was an essay that I wrote because in Japan, I got so many people writing to me saying, how did you wind up living the life that you live? How did you wind up living the life that you live? How do you have the courage and the strength to have adventure, to have wound up in a foreign country, to do all those things, to face down anxiety, to deal with difficulty, and to do so without resorting to religion or appeals to dogma or tradition or vain hopes for an afterlife and putting your hopes in some forever. How did you manage? That's literally what people, I'm paraphrasing right from what people would say to me, and then I wrote The Path of Wildness, and the rest of the book grew up out of that. So here, I'm sharing it because it works. I'm telling you, it works. We're going to play. Maybe it won't work so well after I'm dead, and I suddenly wake up and I'm before the throne room of some angry deity that's really mad at me because I didn't heed their message, and has punishment in store for me. Well, maybe then I'll get mine, right? But I don't think any of that's going to happen. It doesn't worry me. It's not a concern that I have. I don't spend a single sleepless night worrying about hell or any afterlife. Although I do spend a lot of sleepless nights worrying about work because those are my real world responsibilities. And Gosley Play says, you sent me your book a couple of years ago, and you even sent me a rock from the desert, Siberia. Oh, you got one of those? Okay, yeah, that was when I was first starting out doing this thing, and I'm really not geared up for that anymore. I don't go to Siberia anymore, and all the rocks are gone. So I'm glad that you got one. I read it a few times a year. It's a great stress reliever. Really? Thank you. And that means a lot to me. That's probably the best feedback that I could have ever hoped for. The books that have meant the most in my life are the books that I read over and over to help. Like, for example, Henry David Thoreau's Walden is one. Ralph Waldo Emerson's Self-Reliance. Marcus Aurelius's Meditations is another one. John Steinbeck's The Grapes of Wrath, just because it just soothes my heart with its goodness, the beauty of its writing. So to have my own book referred to in that way means more than you can possibly know. Thank you so much for that feedback. That makes me happy. Sounds fascinating, Rebecca says. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you so much. Ben Westler says, I don't see you on live on Instagram. I'm following you on Instagram. Maybe it doesn't work. Or maybe I didn't push the thing. When you first started up, it's got all these buttons you can say, where do you want to stream? It's like hitting keyboards. Maybe I skipped one. Let me get more water. All right, sorry about that. That wasn't very nice of me. I'm going to wrap up now, but since we're mobile, I'll take you out to the bike with me. Come on, let's go. And by the way, this is exactly what I was hoping that this would do. When I started up the StreamYard thing, I was hoping like this is how I could use it. I'm so pleased that this is working. And except for Instagram. Michael says, I can concur with Ghostly Plays. I've also read Going Alone several times. It tends to be good reading when I'm stressed over existential matters of the heart and mind. Thank you, Michael. I really appreciate that. And by the way, Michael is one of my friends over on the Going Alone. Well, I don't know if it has. Do I call it that? The Discord. You know, everybody's got a Discord, right? And I've got a Discord too. My Discord is pretty little, and Michael's one of the main guys over there. There's like a handful of us that are pretty active, and I'm not as active as I'd like. It seems like I check in once or twice a day, and Michael's always there, and I won't start listing off names because I'll forget some people, but you know who you are, those that are. And if you're interested in spending a little more time, come join us. It's well, I don't know what it is on Discord, but if you go to my website, goingalone.org, and then I think there's a Discord thing on the top. Go that. I wonder if I can share it. I can't share it. There's no screen. If you do that, then it'll find your way. And there's a link to it, and you can get there. And if you have trouble, just send me an email, dinnerbytheriver@gmail.com. I'd love to have you come join us. The Discord's not as fancy as it was for the last year. When I first started it up back at the start of basically a year ago, October last year, I went out and I bought the whole package. I outfitted the Discord server with all the stuff, all the bells and whistles, and it really looked fancy and nice, but I've since let all that expire. So it's kind of just a plain vanilla place now. But there's just one channel there for the text. Come on in and say hi, and we'll say hi back. And Michael, it's good to see you. I hope everything's going well. And is your day nearly your day? Let's see, what time is it? It's probably your day's nearly done. I hope your projects went well this week and kids are fine. Ghostly Places, you got this. Thank you. And Fran says, your adventures on YouTube and book have helped me a lot in difficult times before. Wow. Thank you, friends. Rebecca says, I'm really glad I clicked on this stream. Haha. I'm so glad you did too. Ben says, it was nice talking to you again. I have to get going. It was nice seeing you again as well. Talk to you soon. Have a good rest of your day. Take care, Ben. And I'm interested in your cryptic comments on Facebook, Ben. That one had me worried the other day about that. You said difficult things were coming. What was that all about? I hope it's all okay. And then me reviewer says, scary face. Juliana, hi, Juliana. I was almost wearing one of your shirts today. I wore it last night. I was wearing one of the Kansas City, the blue one, last night around the house, and I almost wore it today, but I didn't, because when I'm riding my motorcycle, I wear my Leor's Motor Ride. But thank you for the shirts. And then Rebecca says, peace. Guys, let's go ahead and head on up to the motorcycle and fire it up, because we're mobile. We can do that, right? So here, let's go throw this away and have a last draw out of this. Let's show you around this place. This is Archibald's. And then I know there's a way to turn the camera around, but I'll just do this like this. So this is where I used to live. Just go over there and make a left down in the neighborhood. And this is the reason I came here, for a particular reason. This is the very first place I ate at when we moved here. I was alone when I came out. I think I came out to pick up the keys. And Ghostly Place says, have a great weekend, Kurt. You too. And I came up by myself and I had lunch right here. And so I thought, this might be the last time that I ever come out here. Why don't I have lunch at this place one more time? Just throw my stuff away, and then we'll head on up to the bike. I can become one of those live streamers, right? That just broadcasts all their life all the time. Wonder if I hope I'll get to the beach in time before sunset. Let's go. Come on. Thank you. You too. Okay. Archibald's. Not a bad place. They've got burgers and sandwiches and Mexican food and all kinds of stuff. They spend a lot of time on working on their food. So if you get through the drive-thru, they say, be patient. We spend a lot of time working on our food, and they really do. Okay, here's the bike. First, let's see if it'll start up. I noticed that lately the battery's been chugging a little bit. Oh, my camera came off. Look at this. Let's fix that real quick. So the helmet has two cameras, a camera on the top for forward views and a camera for the back if I can look at it. I'm not using them though today though. And streamers, yes. Hey, how's it going? Hi, Ron. Is that you? Is that you in the UK? How you doing, Ron? I'm gonna see if the bike will start up. I notice the battery is cranking a little weak. Perfect. That was no problem at all. It fired up just fine. It's an old bike. Juliana says, are you going to get a new motorcycle in Japan? I don't think so. I think my motorcycle days are done. You know, I'm almost 60. I'm 58. I'm almost 59 in a couple months. So, you know, just round up to 60. And I've been riding, most of my adult life, and I've never had a major accident. And I think it's time to get out. Well, I still can, because I'm at the age now, if I have a major accident, I'm not going to be recovering very easily. So when I get to Japan, Yumiko and I are planning to get a K truck or a K van. You know, the K are the smaller size with the yellow license plates. And we're going to get a van because we're going to do DIY and gardening and stuff like that. And I think we'll get that, but no motorcycle. Get a bicycle. I love the sound it makes when you were recording it. Yes, that's for sure, friends. Probably another Papa Chetty, like my Softy Baba bike that I had, or maybe even an electric bike. Although I think I'd be fine without it. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe an electric bike. We're thinking about getting a couple of electric bikes while we're here. I was thinking tomorrow of taking Yumiko and Emily, if Emily's feeling better, down to San Diego. There's an electric bike place where we can take them for a test ride. You like that, friends? All right. That'd be nice. Yeah, that was fun. In fact, I just watched recently because it came to mind that someone mentioned to me about getting lost or something. I don't remember why, but I was looking at one of the videos where riding the bicycle, that Papa Chetty I had with the umbrella stand, through the mountain passes between Shimizu and trying to get to Yui. It's a video called Lost on the Road to Yui. And that brought back some real good feelings and memories. So what's the plan today, Ron asks. Well, Ron, my main effort for today is done. The plan was to come out. See, I hope I grabbed it. Yeah, I came to Menifee and explained this already, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself for some of you. I got dog medicine from one of our dogs. We don't have a new vet in Huntington Beach, and his meds were running out. So rather than jumping through the hoops, I'm going to find a new vet in Menifee, in Huntington Beach, but we didn't have it ready yet. I just called in the refill here, so I rode out here on my day off to pick it up for my dog. Got that. His last fill is today, so perfect timing. And now I'm going to. I'm trying to go out to see my brother and his kids. They live about 20 minutes up the freeway here, but they don't seem to be around. So I was thinking about maybe riding around the mountains, or maybe I would just go home. Maybe I'll just go home. Juliana says, I was wondering, how is Emily doing? The flu sucks. She's doing a lot better. She's been home with us this is her third day, and getting lots of rest and getting lots of her mom's good, healthy cooking. And I think she's on the mend. She told me last night that she was feeling a lot better. Just I think she said it was just her. I think she had a headache. That was it. Got to get that girl to drink more. Well, not kind of drink. Hey, this is fun. What do you think? Do you think I could become one of those live streamers that just like broadcast for like 4 hours a day? Maybe not here because I still have work to do and stuff like that. But maybe when I get to Japan, if I can get one of those pocket Wi-Fis. Okay. Well, Maybe it's time to head out. I wonder if I can keep this going while I'm riding. Let's see. Ron, oh, there's another comment. Ron says, also, some cool fact, I went to the library in London asking if they got your book Going Alone there, and the lady in the reception was actually curious about the book, said she might order to the library. What? Ron, you're my hero. I'd send you a copy if you didn't already have one. That's amazing, Ron. Wow, thank you for asking about that. You go, buddy. You're amazing. Ron's also someone over on the Discord as well. Although, Ron, we don't see you in the Discord. You and I talk on the behind the scenes sometimes. We don't see you in the Discord and the main text channel as much. Come on, join us and hang out with us. And then Rebecca says, watch LOL. Francis, definitely. Tune in LOL. I tuned in. Oh, thank you. I'm glad to hear that. Now let's see how long we can keep the stream going. Let's get on the bike. I wonder if I can keep it going while I'm riding. This is still working? Am I still on? Okay, hold on. Let's go. See, I've got you all in the holder here. Let's just go down the street. Let's see if this will work, if I can actually live stream while I'm riding. Okay, we'll just go down the road a little bit. Just for fun. Still on. That's amazing. Let's do some vroom vroom. Can you hear the vroom vroom vroom? Off our center stand. And let's ride. This is amazing. I wonder if I turn it around a little bit. Yeah, we can see and hear you fine. Amazing. Let's see. See if I can do this in a way that you can actually see what's going on. Okay, hold on, arms in the way. Let's go. Yeah. Let's ride. Can you guys hear me talking? What does that say? Oh, hold the light's turning. Let's see. Loud and you can hear me clearly? Can you hear me talking? Jabbering away. Let's go. Good advertisement for your motorbike, huh? ride back to my old neighborhood. Let's adjust the camera just a little bit. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't read very well. Wind noise is too loud. Yeah, I imagine it is. Yeah, probably best to bring your mic in the future. That's what I'll do. You know what I can do? I have the wireless mic, and then I have the, oh, you know what I have? I have the mic in the helmet. There's a mic right here. If I can figure out a way to close this and have the audio just coming through that mic into that would then cut out the mid noise and everything. That would be pretty good. So the last thing I'm going to do is let's go ride past my old house at 29188 Meandering Circle and see if the neighbors are sitting outside still. See if I can adjust this around. What if I can change the camera? Oh, let's try that. Settings, camera, back camera. Good, now you're getting the other side. But see, my windscreen is so big, it kind of blocks everything. But there, from there you might be able to see the neighbors as you go by. Let's see. This is my old neighborhood. Oh yeah, they're sitting outside still. No, maybe they're not. So here's their old house. Here's my old house right there. That's my old place. Okay. Okay, we'll stop. All right. All right. Thanks, everybody. Well, I think we did everything. Mike says that's much better. Ron says, wow, no wind noise at all. Fixed. You mean switching the camera fixed the wind noise problem? Oh, you know why that is? Because I had adjusted the part of the camera wasn't facing in. Did you see the guy that just walked past? He's the guy that I talked about in some of my old videos that stands in the corner and stares at the wall. Maybe blocked by the windscreen. Precisely, Rebecca. Blocked by the windscreen right there. Well, anyway, I think I better get out of here. I'm starting to look like a suspicious guy in a neighborhood, even though this is formerly my neighborhood. I don't want you guys to suffer through the wind noise, but thank you for helping me to see that this actually works. This has been a lot of fun. And Ron, especially thank you for the good news of trying to actually to see if we can get going. You're getting going alone into a library in London. Amazing. You all have a great rest of the day. Take care. Be safe, but not too safe. Bye bye.